I am sorry for the way this setup is, guys. I am no longer in Houston at the moment. I am in another state doing a pretty fun job that I will explain, later down the line. But I think this is a video, I just wanted to drop one because I haven't dropped one in a couple of days. I'm barely settled in. But let's go ahead and keep on going, guys. So what are the Houston Texans expectations for this season? What goals are Nick Caserio and David Culley gonna set for this team and himself? And I think you could look at it in two different ways, right? What team do you want to be? That's what we have to answer as Houston Texans. Do we want to be the team that's going to prove that, hey, we could still be competitive by throwing out Tyrod Taylor, letting him, let Davis Mills learn from him, have Tyrod Taylor go out, see what he can do. Is he going to be the Tyrod Taylor that led the Buffalo Bills to a playoff spot? The one thing about that team, ladies and gentlemen, that a lot of people are not talking about is that Tyrod was an average quarterback when the Buffalo Bills made the playoffs. They did have a great defense back then. The Houston Texans defense we know was absolutely horrible last year. How better it gets this year, we don't know. But if you put Tyrod Taylor out there, you're telling the fans, I expect us to go out there and win. So what are going to be the potential wins and loss records for the Houston Texans? And I want to, and maybe tomorrow or the very next day, I'll drop, my predictions for the Houston Texans. But, if you do throw out, Tyrod Taylor out there, you're sending a message that I'm trying to win and I'm going to win. And I think that's not the way you go, right? As much as I like Tyrod Taylor, he's not going to be the future of this team. We all know that, he himself has to know that. I think starting Tyrod Taylor does more damage than good. But the question is, what if Tyrod Taylor is successful? What if he's above average and this defense is middle of the pack? You're going to win some games. And with the extra out of playoff spot, I'm not saying the Houston Texans are going to make the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. I still think we're going to be below average team. But what if? And I think that has to be in the back of the mind of Nick Caserio and David Culley. Can we surround a good team around Tyrod Taylor? We drafted a wide receiver. We drafted a tight end. Speaking of tight end, Brevin Jordan, he might be a breakout, guys. Everybody's stupid high on this kid. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. And in the offseason, Nick Caserio, he signs almost 30 freaking linebackers. He signs Desmond King. He trades for Shaq Lawson. This might be what he does, really. Is just throw a Tyrod Taylor and see what the Houston Texans can do next year. Or are you going to be the team where the Houston Texans say, you know what, we're going to be bad. Let's put Tyrod Taylor out there until Davis Mills is absolutely, or maybe like 80%, ready to be the QB for this team. Now, I think the schedule for this year works a little bit in favor for Davis Mills, right? You don't have really a hard schedule. Nothing on the schedule is going to make you go, damn, we have a rough stretch of a couple games where we don't. And I think if other teams are doing bad, the Houston Texans also have to consider, well, what if, we throw Davis Mills out there? We have the 15th ranked hardest schedule, right? We are middle of the pack. That might be something that they're thinking about. So let's go ahead and try to throw out Davis Mills and see what he could do. And also is that what if factor? What if Pep Hamilton, who was, with, a bunch of great QBs of the past couple years, Andrew Luck, Tyrod Taylor, Phillip Rivers, Justin Herbert, who was an absolute dog. Can he develop Davis Mills into a potential, I'm not even going to say franchise quarterback, What if Davis Mills become a Kirk Cousins? Would you be happy for that? I absolutely would for a freaking third-round pick. Speaking of that, I think Kirk Cousins was the 5th or 6th. But this has to be another option that the Houston Texans are looking at because of not only the way the schedule is out, and because we already know that the future of this team does not involve, Tyrod, does not involve David Culley. As much as you guys want to say, hey, David Culley could be a great coach here, I don't think so. So there's really two options for the Houston Texans, right? Who are you going to be this season? Are you going to be the team that is going to try and prove that we can win? Or are you going to be the team that says, you know what, we know what we have. We're going to try to build through the draft next year, build through free agency next year. And, we're just going to throw out Davis Mills whenever he's ready. But let me know what you think, guys, and let me know what you think about this horrible setup. As always, go Houston Texans. As always, guys, you have a very blessed day.